Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
well, you're gonna have to hold it.
Okay.
So I have this broken radiator piece. This is the upper radiator hose. There's the upper radiator flange. This is the part of the radiator that broke off. So I was just trying to pound this off, and then my co-worker, the smart guy, said, hey, hold on a second. So he put a socket in here, because I only had this piece clamped in here, too much clamping, and this thing breaks, so you can see that. So anyways, he said, wait. So he went and got a socket. No, I'm just trying to explain. So he went and got a socket, and then we clamped it around the socket. Then you can clamp this guy nice and hard, and then all I had to do was bang that off. So see, that's somebody who's been there, done that before. Smart guy. Now I know, and now I can teach you guys. Thanks for watching. That's the guy. I hide your face, don't worry. I got a taillight assembly here. The taillights aren't coming on. The bulbs look okay. So attach your battery to, attach your test light to negative. Make sure the bulb works. And you've got two metal contacts. One is the ground, one is the power. So you can see it has power on, for this bulb is getting power. This bulb over here, the top one is ground, the top one is ground, and the bottom is power. So if I touch the ground, you're wondering why is the test light lighting up? Well, that's simple, because the ground is no good. So then you take a jumper wire, you attach it to battery negative, and then you attach it to your ground. You can see the ground is actually quite burnt here. Sorry about the light, it's probably too bright. Okay, and since it's not doing anything here, we'll attach it here. So you can see lights are working. So there's a bad contact here. And you can see this nice little tab here. So if the connector is burnt, let me see if I can take it out. Oh yeah, see, the pin is completely shot here. Sorry about the bright light, I'm using the wrong headlamp. So the pin pulled right out. So rather than buy a new bulb holder and a new connector, all you need to do is cut the brown wire and attach it to here, because all of these grounds, they're all shared. So I'm just going to put a connector here and everything's working. Just a little tip. I know you guys might do it differently, but this is a quick, dirty way. We can tell the customer it's going to need an assembly, a new connector, but at least this way, lights are going to be working. Hey Michael, aka Flat Rate Master. This is a little video for you in terms of question. Have you ever run into a toolbox that stinks? Mainly it happens with screwdriver drawer. So it stinks really bad sometimes. I've been lucky with my toolbox. This is my boss's, and some of those tools are from his father. And I remember back when I first started, his father's toolbox stank pretty bad. So my guess is that it's the oils that soak into the plastic, the handles. But just your opinion, what your common causes are, or theory on stinky toolboxes. Thanks. On the early Eurovans, if you don't have the suspension tool to lock the control arm in the up position, it looks like this. If you don't have that, what you can do, you can take a large deep socket, and you can see this lip here and this ridge. With the vehicle on the ground, you can put a socket in here, just lay it across, and then as the vehicle is lifted, it'll jam in between here and here. It won't keep the upper control arm up as high as with this tool, but it will keep it up, so that way the knuckle is not loaded. When you once it's up in the air, you can disconnect the control arm and not worry about the knuckle or the control arm dropping. So anyways, if you don't have the tool, try a deep socket. This is just for sample. Obviously this is too small, it needs to be a bit thicker. This is a 16 mil, so I think maybe a 19, 18 or a 19 will fit in here. I'll let you guys try what size is best. My co-worker uses sockets, so I know it works. Doing a coolant flange on a Audi 1.8T. As you can see, the coolant flange is done, but I noticed that the oxygen sensor wire was resting down on the catalytic converter, and sure enough, when scanning it had O2 sensor fault code. So I need some wiring repair, and then route the wire or secure it so it doesn't hit the exhaust anymore. Somebody's been in there, forgot to secure the harness. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not the same. Can you spot the difference? Yeah, it's that one. That water pump was out of a Eurovan VR6. I think it was a 2000, something like that. You'll notice the plastic impeller was completely shredded off, and that's obviously due to the bearing of the pump failing, and then the impeller just wobbles, or the whole shaft of the pump wobbles, and then the fins, if this is the fins, they start rubbing against the block, or the engine block, and that's how the plastic impeller wears off. You'll notice the new pump had a metal impeller on there. Now think about it. What happens if the bearings go on that pump? Those metal fins, once they start rubbing against the block, they're not going to give as easily as the plastic impeller. So are metal impellers better than plastic? That may actually be the reason why manufacturers are going with plastic, is to prevent engine block damage when the bearings fail. Yes, cost effectiveness as well, or less cost to the manufacturer using plastic pieces, most likely, or that was the whole idea initially that I always thought about, in terms of why they're using plastic impellers, is cost savings, less metal to be bought for production of a part. The cost is going to be cheaper. But I think there may very well be a reasoning behind the plastic, more so with regards to wear rather than cost effectiveness. You be the judge. What say you? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Yeah, everything's here still. Just finished timing belt water pump on this TT, and as always I'm waiting for the fans to come on. It got to 99 degrees and the fan still didn't come on, so I figured I'd check the fuse box, or the fuse. Sure enough, focus, that fuse is burnt. I can't even get it out. But as soon as I started wiggling it, the fans came on. So it's going to need a fuse box, or what you can do is you can cut the wire here, run a fusible link to here, a 30 amp, or you could tie it into one of the others, but ideally replace the fuse box. And obviously check the amperage draw of the fans. That's it. So I just took the car for a test drive. You can see it here behind me. I'm off early today and took it for a run. Since I have the keys, starts fine, everything like that's normal. But it looks like it's smoking a bit of smoke, oil burning at idle. Maybe one of the valve stem seals is dried up, and hopefully it'll regain some flexibility and reseal. But I might have to do some valve stem seals. Anybody have any good tips for rejuvenating valve stem seals with just oil additives maybe? I don't know of anything that works. Supposedly there's some high mileage oil, Pennzoil or something that treats seals. I might try that, but we'll see how it goes. I'll give it a few weeks, and then I guess I'll have to pull the cover off and do some valve stem seal replacement. Sitting in the car at the car wash, at the car wash. I'm not working at the car wash. I'm sitting in the car at the car wash. You'll hear it in a second. It's a touchless car wash. Come on. Any minute. It's soaking right now. It's the pre-rinse. The suds. Any second. Come on. Timer's going. 30 seconds. It's got to soak a bit. Funny thing is, I washed it before coming to the car wash. People behind me are looking at the car going, why is he getting a car wash? 40 seconds. Come on. Here it comes. Ooh. Touchless. Big jets. No leaks yet. Here it comes. Whoa. Boy, oh boy. I already love this car more than the other one. Looking good after a car wash. And no more smoke. I was worried about the valve stem seals or even the piston rings, but there's no smoke at all. And I put 157 kilometers on the car so far. Running great. I'll keep you guys posted for anything else that might happen.